Hey everybody, today in the shop I've got this 2025 Audi RS5 and I'm just going to do a quick video on some maintenance. We're going to do an oil change on it. So I'll get it set up and show you what's up. Here's a quick rundown on the tools I'm going to use to change the oil here. 32 millimeter socket for the oil filter housing, and I use an extension, you may not need it. Half-inch drive ratchet for all of that. The shield on the bottom is going to take a T25, a T30, and a 13 millimeter socket to pull the shield down. And you may or may not need the extensions, quarter-inch ratchet. The T45 is actually for the drain bolt. And a 3/8 extension could be helpful. Just a ratchet. And I do use a torque wrench on the drain bolt when I reinstall it. We'll go ahead and pop this engine cover off. Just pull straight up on the four corners. Set that aside. The oil filter is right here between the two turbos, and it's a 32 millimeter. What I like to do is crack this loose and unscrew it enough until I see the O-ring on the cap come up a bit. And if you listen close, you'll hear it start to drain into the engine. So while that's happening, I'll go ahead and run the car up and pull the shield off the bottom. Okay, and I'll just bring you in here and show you this shield's got to come down on the bottom, and it's got a few T30s on it around the bottom and some T25s on the bottom, and it's got some 13 millimeter bolts that have to be removed as well. So just kind of give you an idea of what that shield looks like on the bottom to take off. We'll get that down and work on the drain plug. There's also a couple on the side, sorry. So there's one on each side as well. And the ones on the side have they're actually a little plastic bolt with a little push-in insert. So one of those on each side. Okay, drain plug here is a T45. Alright, so I got a new crush washer gasket for the drain plug. Get that installed, and I'm going to torque this bolt down. These are torqued down to 30 newton meters, or like 22.1 foot-pounds. I'll go ahead and lower this car down. Okay, we'll go ahead and rotate these vacuum hoses out of the way. And then the filter will just pop out of the cap, a little wiggle. We'll go ahead and change this O-ring on the cap. Comes with the new filter. And you make sure you get that in the proper groove. And lubricate that O-ring. Go ahead and put that filter into the cap. So it says 25 Newton meters on that filter. You can use a torque wrench if you want to, but they're just snug. So once the cap seats all the way, and that's really about it. And I like these funnels. This one's made by Ossenmacher. It's kind of the older style. Audi seemed to go back to it, but it's nice. It fits in there, so you don't have to hold on to it, and you can fill that up. Get some oil. Alright, and it's really important to use quality oil. It needs to meet the spec under the hood or in the owner's manual. So this is a 030 and meets a VW 504 standard. So I'm using a liquid moly, and it's a 030, and you can see it meets that 504 spec there. Okay, that is important. So whatever oil that you choose to use, make sure it meets the spec. And this one holds 7.6 quarts. And that's what's nice about those funnels. So that's about 6 quarts. And that's about another quart and a half, 1.5, 1.6. Make sure your cap is clean. Put the engine cover on. Okay, I'm going to run this car until it gets hot so we can check the oil level on the dash and reset the service. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start it up so we can let it idle and warm up completely and check the oil level. And while it's warming up, I'll go ahead and reset the service indicator for the oil change. So, I don't know if you see it there, but it says change in 4,000 miles. So make sure we're on the home screen here, and you can see the dashes on the bottom, so we can swipe the screen sideways. Go into vehicle, settings and service intervals, and next oil change in 3,900 miles. My customer chose to do it a little early here. We're going to go ahead and hit reset. Yes, for sure. Oil change has been reset. The inspection that's due there, when that needs to be updated, I believe you do need to hook a scan tool to the vehicle to do that. So I'm gonna let it run till it gets all the way warm, and we'll check the oil level. I did set the tire pressure, so we'll go ahead and reset that. While we're here, okay. And the oil level here, you'll get that message. It did just flash OK on the dash as well as the MMI display here. But anyway, I'm going to let it run until it gets fully warm, and we'll bring it back in for correct check. Alright everybody, got the car all the way up to operating temperature and shut it off for a couple of minutes. So oil level's full, topped off, and don't forget, use quality oil, a quality filter, and it doesn't hurt to recheck your work. So I hope that helps. Thanks.